China has a powerful weapon in the trade war with the US, and it's built on pork. As President Trump's tariffs hit Chinese exports, Beijing is hitting back where it hurts, American agriculture. But while US farmers feel the pain, China keeps sizzling. Pork isn't just food in China, it's a way of life. The country consumes a staggering 57 million metric tons every year, more than half of all pork eaten worldwide. From dumplings to roasted pig, it's the centerpiece of Chinese cuisine, culture, and even language. The Chinese character for home includes the symbol for pig, and the government even keeps a strategic pork reserve, a stockpile of meat to stabilize prices. And yet, despite this deep dependence on pork, Beijing slapped a 10% tariff on American pork as part of its retaliation against Trump's tariffs on Chinese goods. On the surface, this might seem like a risky move. Why mess with such an essential staple? But the reality is, China doesn't need US pork nearly as much as US farmers need China's business. American pork farmers are about to take a serious hit. China was the third largest buyer of US pork last year, importing $1.1 billion worth of it. But that only accounted for 7% of China's total pork imports and just 0.1% of its total supply. In other words, China can do without US pork, but US pork farmers can't afford to lose China. One vendor at Beijing's massive Xinfadi wholesale market put it plainly: "We only sell domestically produced pork. Trade tensions have nothing to do with us." So here's the deal with China and American pork. Over the past few years, they've really jumped on the pig farming scene, cranking out more pork than ever before. They've got these huge pig farms, the kind that people call hog hotels, and they are producing a ton of pork for their own market. But here's the kicker for American farmers. China isn't just after the prime cuts of pork. They're buying the whole hog. That means ears, tripe, trotters, and all those parts that Americans usually skip. Those things are actually considered delicacies over in China, and they make up a huge chunk of what the US ships out in offal exports. If they lock in deals with other suppliers, American farmers could be in a tough spot. And it's not just about pork. China leans heavily on US soybeans, which makes up a big part of what they need for livestock feed. They've been stockpiling beans to stay ahead of the game and snatching up long-term contracts with other suppliers just in case. So what's the scoop on Trump's trade war? The idea was that tariffs would push China to give in, but it looks like it's backfiring, hitting American farmers hard, especially in rural areas that supported Trump. Places like Iowa, North Carolina, and Missouri, which produce a lot of pork, are seeing their exports drop while China is finding new suppliers. Trade experts say that tariffs can take time to really hit consumers, but for US farmers, the impact is immediate. With China buying pork from other countries, American farmers are scrambling to find new markets. The trade war was supposed to put pressure on China, but it looks like they've built a wall around their pork trade, protecting themselves from the tariffs and leaving American farmers in a tough situation.